20 years ago, after Kurozumi Orochi and Kaido imprisoned Hyogoro and killed his wife and several family members, the latest of a series of heinous acts Orochi did while he occupied the shogun position in Wano country, Kozuki Oden gathered his retainers for retribution. The shadow the 10 samurai cast from the setting sun gave the retainers the name of the Nine Red Scabbards. The Nine Red Scabbards are a squad of 9 retainers of the Kozuki family who served Kozuki Oden. They are led by their captain, Kinamen. The 9 Red Scabbards consist of 9 powerful samurai who all served Kozuki Oden as his retainers and as his strongest followers, as 3 of the members were described to be worth 100 men in battle. We will discuss about all the members of the 9 Red Scabbards in details. Starting with the leader of the 9 Red Scabbards, Kinamen. Foxfire Kinamen is a samurai from Wano country, a retainer of the Kozuki family, the leader of the 9 Red Scabbards, the husband of Tsuru, and a former thug. He posed as Momonosuke's father during the journey to Zo. He was born 56 years before the present day, but traveled 20 years forward in time when he was 36 years old. Kinamen seems to follow the code of Bushido, claiming he would commit suicide if he could, for the disgrace of being dismembered without dying. He still tried to maintain his pride, even after being completely dismembered. Like Momonosuke, Kinamen is very stubborn, constantly refusing the help of others and claiming he does not need it. Kinamen has extreme amount of superhuman strength as he can easily cut through a thick steel door and break handcuff chains. With his haki-imbued swords, Kinamen could slow down the contraction speed of Doflamingo's birdcage. Kinamen specializes in a sword style he calls Kitsune-biryu. He is somehow capable of generating, attacking with, and cutting fire with one of his swords. Kinamen ate the Fuku no Mi, a paramecia-type devil fruit that allows him to transform objects placed on a person's heads into various kinds of clothing, which disappear once removed. Kinamen has shown the ability to use Kanbunshoku Haki and Busashoku Haki, known in Wano as Ryu. Next, member of the 9 Red Scabbards is Denjiro. Denjiro is a samurai from Wano country who is one of the 9 Red Scabbards, who served as Kozuki Oden's retainers. After becoming grief-stricken over Oden's execution 20 years ago, Denjiro changed his appearance and started going under the name Kozuhiro. With this new identity, he became a Yakuza boss and recruited followers to form the Kozuhiro family. Eventually, he started working for Oden's usurper, Shogun Kurozumi Orochi, as his money changer and bodyguard. He would successfully keep his true allegiance to the Kozuki family a secret and bide his time until the day would come of the Scabbards reuniting for the final battle to take down Orochi and Kaido. Apart from his Kozuhiro identity, Denjiro would disguise himself at night to rob the rich flower capital citizens and give to the poor living outside, earning him the moniker Ushimitsu Kozo. He also took care of Oden's daughter Kozuki Hiri for the past 13 years, raising her to become the Warren Komurasaki. When he was young, he took pride in his abilities to manipulate people and get what he wants. He was a fan of Kozuki Oden even before becoming his retainer, and held him in high regard for his bold actions. As a member of the 9 Red Scabbards, Denjiro is a formidable, powerful samurai whom Kinamen states is worth 100 men in battle. Along with the other Scabbards and Oden, he engaged in a long battle with the Beast's pirates, and at one point fought Kaido with Ashura Daji and survived. As the boss of the Kozuhiro family and one of the highest-ranking subordinates of the Kurozumi family, Denjiro is one of the wealthiest, most influential citizens of the flower capital, able to hire high-ranking geisha dancers to perform for him. He had enough wealth to sponsor and groom Hiri into the highest-ranking Warren in Wano. As a Yakuza boss, Denjiro commands strong henchmen who can extort businesses for money. Thanks to his connections within Wano's government, Denjiro is able to strengthen his group further by requesting assistance from his allies, particularly the Yonko-led Beast's pirates, who appear to treat him quite respectfully, as page 1 referred to him as Boss Kozuhiro. Denjiro possesses immense physical strength, being able to clash with Roronoa Zoro in terms of physical power. When he first walked into the flower capital as Kyo's hero, he easily beat aside 2 men who confronted him, and his display of strength impressed other men to become his followers. Denjiro is extremely agile, as shown when he is able to run and leap across rooftops when robbing houses at night as Ushimitsu Kozo. Next, member of the 9 Red Scabbards is Kikunoho of the Lingering Snow. Kikunoho of the Lingering Snow is a samurai from Wano country and a retainer for the Kozuki family, serving as one of Kozuki Oden's 9 Red Scabbards. She is also the younger sister of Izo, and the daughter of the dancing school head of the Hanayanagi school in Ringo. After traveling 20 years forward in time, she donned the alias Okiku and worked as a tea house poster girl in Okabor town. Kikunoho identifies herself as a woman at heart, and thus presents herself in a traditionally feminine manner. She is a very upbeat and friendly person. To friends, she is helpful and nurturing, as seen when she treated Zoro's injuries and tended to Tama when she was being healed of her poisoning. As a samurai and a member of the 9 Red Scabbards, Kikunoho is an extremely skilled swordswoman. Her strength was acknowledged by Orochi himself. Kikunoho wields a katana with expert precision, as she was capable of swiftly cutting off Urashima's top knot and fought against several gifters and samurai effortlessly. Next, member of the 9 Red Scabbards is Kenjiro. Kenjiro, nicknamed Evening Shower Kenjiro, is a samurai from Wano and member of the Kurozumi family. After losing his parents, he was instructed by Kurozumi Orochi to operate undercover within the Kozuki family. Kenjiro became Kozuki Oden's retainer and one of the 9 Red Scabbards while secretly aiding Orochi in his rise to power and efforts to eliminate the Kozuki bloodline, by feeding him information. Kenjiro's appearance matches the stereotype of a traditional kabuki performer. According to Orochi, due to Kenjiro being raised in the theater, his main purpose in life is to act as someone else. Due to his parents dying during the persecution of his family, Kenjiro wishes to avenge them and then die. Kenjiro has thus played the role of a loyal retainer to the Kozuki family so that he would eventually be killed with them. Kenjiro has immense strength, able to easily carry around and use his giant ink brush without tiring, as well as clash with Kawamatsu, an extremely powerful fishman in terms of physical power. While imbuing his brush with haki, Kenjiro was able to push back and significantly slowed down the contraction speed of Doflamingo's birdcage. During his journey through Onigashima, he took down several members of the Beast's pirates with no effort. Kenjiro ate a paramecia-type devil fruit that allows him to produce ink from his body, being able to channel it through his ink brush or hair. The ink appears to have special properties, as Kenjiro can turn anything he draws into a three-dimensional object, including living organisms, by saying appear. Creations have the same abilities as the original, such as a bird's ability to fly, or food being edible. He can also affect his own body, as he hid inside a wall as a drawing to avoid detection. The fruit's powers also work in reverse, causing the drawing to revert to its inanimate 2D form if it comes in contact with a flat surface. Kenjiro can also order the drawing to return to its inanimate form. Next, member of the 9 Red Scabbards is Razo. Razo of the Mist is a ninja from Wano country, a comrade of Kinamen and Kenjiro, a retainer of the Kozuki family, and a former member of the Kozuki family Oniwe Banju. He is also a member of the 9 Red Scabbards. Razo is a reserved individual who takes his profession as a ninja very seriously. He does not like it when people talk about ninja, such as himself, in a joking manner, and can become very emotional about it, but he will gladly demonstrate his skills if coerced enough. A testament of his ninjutsu skills in stealth is that Razo is able to infiltrate the prison in Udon and got close enough to speak to an imprisoned Luffy without the Beast's pirates knowing. Razo has incredible skills in shurikenjutsu, throwing multiple shurikens with perfect precision. As one of Wano's greatest ninjas, Razo is an extremely powerful master of ninjutsu, being referred as a genius ninja during his youth. His strength is acknowledged by Orochi himself and is noted to rival even Fukuro Kyuju, the leader of the Orochi Oniwan Banju. He has several versatile skills such as disappearing in a cloud of smoke, making clones of himself, and throwing shuriken with expert precision. Next, member of the Nine Red Scabbards is Ashura Daji. Ashura Daji is a retainer of the Kozuki family as one of the Nine Red Scabbards once led by Kozuki Oden. After Oden's death he returned to being a criminal under the name Shuten Maru, assuming leadership of the Mt. Adama thieves. He initially severed his ties with the Kozuki family in the present but rejoined after witnessing Yasui's death. Ashura was once a dangerous outlaw who was extremely violent in the past. He claimed that he hated people with wealthy status. After being defeated by Kozuki Oden, who chose to spare his life and offered him a chance to live a peaceful life by rebuilding Kuri, Ashura became one of his most loyal followers out of immense gratitude. He and the other Nine Red Scabbards attempted to steal money from Shimatsuki Yasui in order to support Oden. Combat-wise, Ashura Daji is extremely powerful, as he was once feared as the strongest monster of Kuri, the most dangerous villain frequenting said Wano province in its era of chaos until he was defeated by Oden 4 decades ago, the latter taking a whole night to take down both Ashura and his thief comrades. Even more, in the last 20 years, Ashura claims to have become stronger. Being hailed as the strongest outlaw of Kuri during his youth, Ashura can apply tremendous physical strength to his swordsmanship, able to clash with Jack, one of the 3 disasters of the Beast Pirates, and even gave the latter a massive wound across his chest. Despite his large build, Ashura is extremely fast, being capable of charging towards Jack in an instant. Ashura also possesses a great amount of endurance, as he was seemingly unaffected when Jack cut him on the shoulder. Ashura is a master swordsman and one of the most powerful samurai in Wano. With one slash, he was able to give Jack a large cut across his chest and break one of his shotel blades. He then proceeded to fight evenly with Kaido's right-hand man in what spectators considered to be a high-level duel. Next, member of the Nine Red Scabbards is Inurashi. Duke Inurashi is a canine mink and one of the 2 rulers of the Mokomo dukedom, dubbed the ruler of day as he rules over the Mokomo dukedom from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. He and Nekomamushi serve as retainers for the Kozuki family of Wano country, as members of the Nine Red Scabbards. Alongside Nekomamushi, he was once a member of the Whitebeard Pirates and Roger Pirates, serving under Kozuki Oden. Pedro has claimed he and Nekomamushi must not be allowed to die because the world is waiting for them. Inurashi is a kind, noble, and humble mink who is deeply loved and respected by his people due to his great benevolence. He was eager to meet the Straw Hat Pirates after they saved the mink tribe, indicating a grateful personality, and he downplayed his strength when he was complimented by Luffy. Inurashi has full authority over the entirety of the Inurashi Musketeer squad, to the point of having control of the combat force delegated to Shishilian and the other 2 members of the 3 Musketeers, who take their orders directly from him. According to Wanda, he is the country's strongest warrior and fought evenly against Jack, the right-hand man of the Yonko Kaido with a belly 1 billion bounty, before the latter poisoned him with Caesar Clown's Koro gas. Alongside Nekomamushi, Inurashi is one of the 2 strongest minks of the Mokomo dukedom. He possesses immense physical strength, durability, and endurance, having stopped Jack's enormous trunk, which had destroyed several buildings in a single swing moments before, with one hand while only becoming slightly wounded from doing so. Like all minks, he can use electro. As the leader of the Musketeers squad, Inurashi has an extremely high level of skill in swordsmanship. Inurashi wields a rapier, which he can channel electro through. While dueling Ashura Daji, he wielded a katana. Inurashi possesses the ability to use Busashoku and Kanbunshoku haki. Next, member of the Nine Red Scabbards is Nekomamushi. Master Nekomamushi is a feline mink and the guardian of the whale forest Anzo, dubbed the ruler of night as he rules over the Mokomo dukedom from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. He and Inurashi serve as retainers for the Kozuki family of Wano country, as members of the Nine Red Scabbards. Alongside Inurashi, he was once a member of the Whitebeard Pirates and Roger Pirates, serving under Kozuki Oden. Pedro has claimed that he and Inurashi must not be allowed to die because the world is waiting for them. Nekomamushi takes great pride in his status as one of the Mokomo dukedom's rulers alongside Inurashi, having proclaimed the country to be his when the night came during his first encounter with Jack. Unlike his former friend Inurashi, Nekomamushi is aggressive and merciless. Inurashi has described him as an obstinate and stubborn imbecile, comparing him to Jack himself, and he is completely willing to damage the historical Mokomo dukedom while fighting, referring to doing so as a minor detail. Nekomamushi is equal in power to his daytime counterpart and former friend Inurashi, causing all of their battles to end in stalemates. This was proven when he fought evenly against Jack, the right-hand man of the Yonko Kaido with a belly 1 billion bounty, before the latter poisoned him with Caesar Clown's Koro gas. Noted as one of the two strongest minks of the Mokomo dukedom, Nekomamushi possesses immense physical strength, demonstrated when he easily flipped Jack over and slammed him into the ground in his mammoth form, and despite his large size, Nekomamushi is also extremely fast, having traveled from the whale forest to Kara City in a matter of seconds. Nekomamushi wields a staff resembling a Jumanji Yuri with a fire-shaped blade on each end, which he can channel electro through. When he arrived at Wano, his lost left hand had been replaced with a double-barreled gun. Next, member of the Nine Red Scabbards is Kawamatsu. Kawamatsu the Kappa is a Japanese puffer fishman who is a Yokozuna rank sumo wrestler. As a child, he was shipwrecked in Wano and orphaned soon afterwards. After Kozuki Oden rescued him from citizens ostracizing him, he went on to serve as one of Oden's 9 Red Scabbards until Oden's death 20 years ago. Kawamatsu would go on to be imprisoned by the Beast's pirates for 13 years until he was ultimately freed by Monkey D. Luffy, and he reunited with the 9 Red Scabbards to fight Kurozumai Orokai and Kaido and avenge Oden. Kawamatsu is an extremely kind and caring person, as shown by his care for Kozuki Hiri and his efforts to make her laugh after the trauma she went through. When one of the Beast's pirates attempted to attack Luffy, Kawamatsu silently aided him by attacking his attacker with a fish bone. His compassion is best shown when he encountered an impoverished Animaru and fed him with his limited amount of food, despite there being barely enough for himself. Due to his mother insisting that he plays a kappa in order to protect himself from the Wano country citizens, he takes the role quite seriously, never introducing himself as a fishman but as a kappa. As one of the 9 Red Scabbards, Kinamen considers Kawamatsu, alongside Denjiro and Ashura Daji, to have been one of Oden's most powerful followers, being worth 100 men in battle. As a fishman, Kawamatsu is a fast digger and swimmer, which enabled him to sneak Hiri out of Oden Castle. Kawamatsu possesses tremendous physical power as he is stated to be the strongest sumo wrestler in Wano. Shortly after being released, Kawamatsu overpowered multiple members of the Beast Pirates with great ease. As one of the most powerful samurai in Wano, Kawamatsu is an extremely skilled swordsman and wields a shirasaya named Soto Muzo. Razo states that his skill has not waned at all even after 13 years of imprisonment. He calls his personal style the Kapparyu, which is a strong blade swordsmanship incorporating his powerful fishman strength and sumo skills to create rushing attacks that overpower large numbers of opponents with sheer force akin to raging waves. Kawamatsu is masterful in Busashoku Haki, which is called Ryo in Wano.